scared. This is so high. Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Casattya. I've got my blanket on because it is blitz. So let me not even be fronting here. I don't even know where I'm going with these short sleeves, but anyway, back to the matter. This is Casattya. This is my renovations page. I started with my single story rear extension renovation, and now we're on to our first rental property. The guys are here, they're ready to go, the scaffolding is going in, and the work's about to commence. Good morning. The scaffolding is going in the house today. On the house, I shouldn't say, not in the house. It's going on the house today. It's very early, I'm tired. So I'm just gonna run over there. I'm really excited because this is really day one of the project. Day one of the project. Look how excited I am for scaffolding going up. Loser. So as you come in, this is the main hallway. We've stripped most of the wallpaper, apart from on the side where there's like plasterboard. So for some reason, this is not all real wall, which is interesting. I don't know what we're gonna do. I think we're gonna have to like reboard it and just plaster over it. Because I think it'll be difficult to strip. It will just damage the plasterboard. As you come in now, the only bit that is still wallpaper, as you can see, is on the ceilings. God knows why there was wallpaper on the ceilings. We've taken out the decorative chimney breast moment that was here. So it's nice to kind of have it all stripped back now and see what's what. All the radiators are off, all the rads are off, the floor's been all stripped out. So it's now beginning to take shape. I can start to see like what I really want to do with this space. Definitely gonna have some sort of toilet under the stairs, utility room. So potentially, I think my plan is, like I did in my previous reno, extend the hallway to after the toilet and then open this whole space out, which will really curate like a really nice open plan kitchen, living room, dining experience. I'm still in two minds whether I should make this room at the front, this space at the front, an additional bedroom, and then just have this as just like a living room TV room. Living room TV kitchen area. I'm still not sure what's the best use, and I feel like before I can start taking down walls, putting up structures, I really need to make a decision on what I feel like that user end experience is going to be, because it will determine on what's going where. And my first thing that I realized from when doing my house was like dealing with the banisters and like what those are going to look like. These just look like some roof baton style spindles. So in the dream world, I would want my spindles that are down here to match the spindles that go all the way up to the loft. But again, kind of have to look for a cost-effective way to do that. Let's go upstairs. So we still need to strip out the bathroom. Still a shocker in here. All the doors are out, all the alcoves are out. Decent sized rooms, decent sized spaces. It's getting there, it's getting there. I'm not gonna lie, I do have a bit of anxiety around like doing a whole new project, because I feel like I've only just finished my last project and I'm diving straight into the next one. Also constantly remind myself that I'm not living in this house. I want it to be functional, I want it to be futuristic, I want it to be modern, however, done at an affordable price, because essentially I'm gonna have tenants in here and they're not me, they're not gonna necessarily treat it the way that you would. So my strategy is to have it to a certain level that will attract. I'm putting an energy out that I'm going to attract a certain type of tenant. And that, I don't know, there's going to be loads of people who are going to be like, oh, why do you care? You shouldn't be associated. But I do feel like there's a correlation into the energy and the standards that you set versus the kind of tenants that you're going to get. So I think it's important for me to like have a certain aesthetic and garner a household that's a communal, good energy vibe, tenants that are respectful and professional and working, you know, hard-working people. I think having it for a week now and being at this stage of completely clearing it out, and then also the scaffolding's going up to start the loft. So, whew, lots to do, but it's moving, guys, it's moving. I feel way more relaxed with this renovation than I did with mine, and I think because that was a combination of My first renovation being, like I said, my first ever renovation. 2, I never had great builders on my house, so it was really stressful and strenuous. I am really excited. The loft is about to commence. I have my drawings in. It was a 2.5 bed. I wanted to add as much value as possible, so I've converted the loft. Originally, it was going to be 2 beds. I'm optimistic, guys, because I feel like it's going to be a bit of a squeeze. I'm using a loft company that came highly recommended. After my past experience with builders, I can't stress how much it's so important to like do your due diligence with builders. Like, go to their previous jobs, speak to people, like speak to all their previous clientele, check them out on company's house, look at their earnings. Like, you need to go in, because the experience that I had will never allow me to fumble that bag again. You know, so far so good. The plans have been submitted, the guys have started. They start every day at 8, they're here usually just before 8. I think it's been great to kind of work with a team that's so far so good, are doing what they're saying they're gonna do. You know, I'm kind of in the loop of what's happening. I have free access to come and go as I please. So far I'm super happy. Just a little bit about the technical build. There's rafters that need to go in. I think they will start with the steels. I'm interested to see like how they get everything up there, because I believe they take everything up the scaffold up to the loft. So I'm really interested to see how they do all of that. None of it really comes through the house, so that was something that I've learned. Like, I thought everything would come through the house. Hello. I'm scared. This is so high. Oh, how'd you get? Oh, you got your own little hatch up there.
Yeah. You alright?
Okay.
Yeah,
So what's this been for?
That's going to take all your flooring and your front wall.
Okay.
So that steel's so big, it's taking your floor and it's propping up this ceiling as well.
Yeah, okay.
This roof, sorry.
Okay. So a few of the things that have really surprised me is just how much of the loft is wood. It's basically a whole wood structure. It's basically timber. I believe I have 4 steel beams going in, but a majority of the loft is timber. So the lead time that the guys have given me is 6 to 8 weeks, which, considering I did an extension which took me almost 7 months or 8 months, 6 to 8 weeks is quite a quick lead time. I'll keep you guys posted on whether or not the job is going to stay in line with the 6 to 8 weeks. They've already emptying out the space. Rafters already going up, if that's the word I was supposed to use. Joists, that's the one. Joists are already going up. Steel beams are going in. I'm still in 2 minds of whether I think I should have probably taken out the chimney. But I'll be honest with you guys, the cost that came with that was an additional like 5 to 6k. I was just trying to balance, like, is it worth it for a rental property? And this is like something that is really kind of toying with me, is how much do you actually put into this rental property? You know, I still want it to be of a high standard, but you know, you want to keep the costs as down as possible so that, you know, you're actually in profit. So I guess for me, it's just seeing whether or not like the cost of having certain things done versus the reward at the end. That's what I'm kind of weighing up. I think when it's your own house, and I'm speaking from my experience, and I think a lot of this is going to be for me having just completed a renovation that was for my personal use versus a renovation that now is for rental use. When it's personal, I feel like you do everything. You pull out all the stops. You're like, yeah, like, as long as it's within my budget, yeah, do it all. But I can hold my hands up. I definitely overspent. Definitely overspent, and I definitely did way too much when it came to my house, if I'm going to be honest. But it was my first home. You set your Pinterest board, you know how you want it to feel, so I'm really proud of what I've put together. But the difficulties now with a rental is that you want to put in the same amount of love. I wanted to have the same amount of feel aesthetics, but you need to keep the costs down. I'm weighing up whether or not it's worth taking the chimney stack out or just building around the chimney stack. For the loft, it will make the space a tiny bit smaller because you'll have that void at the side. You know, I'm really excited. Like, all the third-party agreements have been signed off. Like, I'm really blessed. Like, I never really had any pushback. You know, I went to meet the neighbours. They were all just like, crack on, love, crack on. So that was really nice to kind of, you know, have the support of the neighbours, because I've seen some horror stories when the neighbours are like anti-establishment. It costs you more. Like, you got to go to court to get the third party signed over. There's there's more costs attached to like your surveyor. So I've had quite a straight road so far, so good. Hallelujah, praise the Lord. The sequencing now is just like week by week, taking you guys on this journey. Any stumbles, any hurdles, anything that we're kind of coming across, I really want to share with you guys so that you guys can feel the energy and also see that the amount of work, because I feel like Instagram, even when I look on my Instagram for Casattya, my personal project, you post when everything looks nice and no one really sees so much of the hard work that goes in behind the scenes. So please drop any comments, any questions that you have below. I'm really keen to kind of answer this. We're building a community, guys. We're building a forum. I want the question and answer section of this below to feel like, you know, we're answering questions and we're giving answers so that other people within the community can benefit. So that is it from me. Week 1 of the build. So far so good, guys. Don't forget to comment below, let me know your thoughts. Shall I keep it as a 2-bedroom, 1 bathroom upstairs, or am I being too ambitious? I'm excited to hear you guys' thoughts. If you haven't already, click on the notification button, subscribe. The more that we deliver this content, the more that people are able to see it, the more we spread this community love. I'm your girl Irene TTYA. This has been Casattya, and I'll see you on the next episode. Peace.